Today on Meat Revival.
Mexican poppers.
Ready. Hi guys, we're back here on Meat Revival today, and Holly has so graciously joined us with some, it looks like some kind of popper.
Yep.
She's got the peppers cut in half and cleaned out. I don't know what, she got a piping bag in her hand.
You know, this
So what
makes
do we
it
got
easier.
here?
This makes it so much easier and cleaner.
Okay.
So basically, you take a cup of mayonnaise, you take a brick of cream cheese, you take a cup of cheddar cheese. We're using a Fiesta blend. We used a chicken sausage in this,
Okay.
brown the chicken sausage up, and then a couple of stems of green onions, mixed it all together.
Okay.
Okay? Add about a half cup of Captain Rodney sweet and spicy. Mix that up with it just to give it a little pitch.
Those in.
Yeah. So
So
then
what is the name of this that we're doing?
it's a
Does it have a
Mexican.
name?
It's my Mexican popper. I don't know. I mix it up every time. If you wanted to do Italian sausage, you
Uh-huh.
could use Italian seasoning. If you want to make it a Mexican sausage, you could use some Mexican seasoning.
But you like using the chicken sauce.
I do. I love the chicken sausage.
Okay.
It doesn't have a lot of grease to
Okay,
it.
a little leaner.
Yeah, but it has a really good flavor.
Okay.
But I use the Delia's brand that you find in the freezer section. You don't find it with your regular sausages. You find
Okay.
it over the frozen meat.
Okay.
So all you do, and this is why the piping bag is easier, because you don't have all the mess of spooning and trying to get it in and getting your hands all full and icky. You probably don't mind it, do you?
No, I just
don't
thought
like
something
mess.
else. I'm good though. Yeah.
All right. This is all we're doing. Okay.
Okay.
So then the next step, we'll do these later.
All right. We'll come back to them.
Yes. Here's your roll.
Okay. That's my roll.
That's your roll.
All right.
You're gonna roll that
I'm a
out.
team player.
And this is where you sort of play with your food and get fun with it. Keep rolling.
Oh, so this is one of those. This is the full sheet one.
Yeah, yeah. So you get
Oh.
the full sheet crescent roll.
Okay.
And then you just use your brisket knife or a pizza cutter. We have a pizza cutter at home that works great. Okay.
Uh-huh.
And that way you can get a straight cut. And you just cut it.
Okay. So that's a pretty narrow cut.
Yeah, that's all you need. Because what you're going to do next, get all this cut.
I can see where your pizza cutter would come in handy
Yeah.
for doing that.
Well, and the pizza cutter we have at home is the kind that they have at the pizza shops. It's one big thing, and you sort of roll it.
Oh, yeah.
And so
Kind of rocks.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
works great for that.
Yeah.
So
Nothing
now
but the best.
you're just going to wrap this around. Okay?
Oh, so you're not covering it totally.
No, no. But you're wanting something that you're going to make at holiday times. If you're going to have a family gathering or something, you
Mhm.
could make this ahead. So, like the day before, you could cut your peppers ahead of time.
Right.
You could mix up your cream cheese ahead of time. Now, if you mix up the cream cheese and put it back in the fridge, you're going to want to get it to room temperature again
Right.
so that you can take it out easily. The bacon, you can fry the bacon ahead of time,
Okay.
you know? You can do all of that ahead of time. You don't want to do this part ahead of time. You want to wait until
I
you're
can
about
see
to
that.
put them in the oven, because otherwise this crescent roll gets gooey or dried out and flaky and it doesn't look pretty.
Right. We gotta have pretty.
You gotta have pretty. And you just sort of wrap them around a few times.
So you not necessarily have to use the whole strand.
You don't
You're
have
just
to.
kind
Like-
of zigzagging across it.
Yeah, especially if you have a smaller one, you can sort of pull it. And go like that. Okay? You don't even
Cool.
have to go all the way back and
Don't
down.
Go back up.
And then we have some bacon. Can't forget the bacon.
Okay. I'm anxious to see how you make the bacon steak.
Well, a lot of times what I do is I put some down and then I go like this.
Well,
That's what I do a lot of times. Otherwise, you just sort of lay it on there. And that's where it's not as pretty laying it on, but you sort of tuck it in,
so
it'll stay on.
could you do that before you wrap the
Yeah.
crescent on there?
So you wrap it before it like that. And the crescent gives it a real nice sweetness.
Yeah, the crescent roll kind of it's a buttery
Yeah,
richness that I think it would add to it. I don't know. Does it?
it does. It does. So that's it. And
Okay.
then we put them on the pan,
Okay.
and we're gonna bake them. Now we use a smoker here at the warehouse,
Right.
but if you were at home making
Fun
these,
house.
at the fun house. If you were at home making these, you could do it in your oven at 350,
For how long?
about 30 minutes.
So really, you're kind of baking it in the oven for whatever your crescent
Right,
till it's done.
right. And
Okay.
here's the trick. The bottom of the crescent takes longer than the top
Okay.
because the moisture from the pepper.
It's all coming down.
Right. So
Gotcha.
you need to give it a little bit more time on the bottom.
Just
Otherwise,
because it's brown on top, don't mean it's going to be brown on the bottom.
right.
Gotcha.
And if it gets too brown on the top, you can always cover it with tin foil so that it quits browning on the top. But you want to let it keep baking on the bottom.
Okay.
And that's it. So we're going to bake them for about 30 minutes until you test them, make sure that the bottom is done. And then we'll take them out and we'll coat them with a little Captain Rodney's glaze to get a little
Okay.
more sweetness on top.
Okay.
And then we're going to sprinkle a little Cojita cheese on top. Oh, and we also have a couple other things you can add in. So like I said, if you use Italian sausage, you would use Parmesan cheese and Parmesan seasonings.
So
You're using-
so whatever sausage you do, you want to make your seasoning
Right,
to that.
right,
Just don't go off the wall crazy with
right, right. So this is like the Tajin seasoning, the plastic.
it. Right.
You could add a little bit of this and just sort of sprinkle it on top. And it also just makes it look a little bit bigger.
Right.
You
So
can
I
do-
noticed something else you got here that I have never seen before, and I thought I'd seen it all. It's a lime pepper.
Yeah, yeah.
That's crazy.
It's really good.
I had some earlier. Yeah.
Yeah. But
That's good.
we're not going to put this on until the end. I don't want to
Okay.
bake with it. I want to put it on when it's all done so that you get that pop of lime in your mouth as a fresh lime taste and not bake.
I tell you, folks, she showed me that a while ago, and it's like, no way, that's not right. And I took a little bit of it, and you would not believe the lime pop
Yeah.
that comes through on that just tasting it. It's crazy. Okay, so we got these done. We're going to finish doing the others and get them in the oven, and we'll be back shortly. Thanks, Holly.
You're welcome.
Okay, so we're back with Holly here, and we got our Mexican poppers out of the oven, and now they look really good, just like they are. But you say there's more we got to do to
There's
it.
a little bit more. And you don't have to, but I like it this way.
Hey, let's stretch it all the way up.
Yeah. So we use some of Captain Rodney's bouquet glaze. In the grocery store, you might find it as sweet and spicy glaze.
Okay.
Which is what it is. You just put a little bit of this on it, and all it does is just sort of shines it up.
So the Captain Rodney's glaze, what kind of flavor can they expect to get from
It's
that?
a Scotch bonnet pepper,
Okay.
but it's a little sweet, and then it has a spice on the back end.
Okay.
But it's not like insanely spicy.
Okay.
It's not like, I
I
don't
mean, we
know.
don't want to hurt somebody.
You're not going to hurt anyone.
Okay.
And plus, these have been sitting cooling for a while, so they're not going to be temperature hot either.
Okay.
You let them sit and rest. So you're just going to put a little bit. It doesn't take much, so I'm just adding just a tiny bit.
So you mentioned before about when you're cooking them to make sure that the bottom is done on them.
Yeah.
Could we see?
Okay?
Perfect.
It's done. It's done. It's done. Okay. You will know if they're not done because they'll still be sort of white.
Kind of like, kind of doughy still?
They'll still be doughy.
Okay.
That's what they should look like.
Okay, so we got the Captain Rodney's on now.
So now we're going to use this lime pepper.
Lime pepper.
I like this lime pepper. You're going to sprinkle a little bit of this on, and you just slightly, and you can't really see it on here, but you're going to be able to taste it.
I can smell it from here. Yeah.
And then, because I love cheese. This has a Fiesta
Really?
cheese in it. This is Cojita cheese. And you're just going to sprinkle a little of
So we
this.
put Fiesta cheese inside, we're putting Cojita cheese on the top side.
Yeah. So if you were making this with like Italian sausage, you would use Italian seasoning, Parmesan cheese. You want a dusty cheese to go on top. You could use just regular breakfast sausage if you wanted to.
So what kind of cheese would you use for that?
Just cheddar.
Cheddar?
Just straight cheddar cheese.
Okay.
There's corn that's in the mix.
Okay.
Just regular corn. If you had a cookout the night before and you still had some corn on the cob from the grill that had like the blackened char on it,
Right.
that would be good if you chopped it up and you put that in with it, and then you get that char taste to it. But that's it.
That's all?
That's it.
All right. Well, that's cool. I think we're ready to try some of this. What do you think?
I think so.
Okay, going in.
All right, go for it.
Wow. There is so much stuff going on in this thing.
What do you think of that chicken sausage?
That's incredible. If that's really a chicken sausage, I would have never thought that would be good in there. Wow. Getting the sausage, you're getting the spicy. The
Now you
sweet.
could pick it up. You could add some poblano peppers into it if
Wow.
you wanted to pick it up some. You can make this your own.
Yeah, and that's what we encourage people to do. Take the recipes we do. Don't just copy them and do them. Make them your own. Wow, this is really good. I appreciate you being here and being with us today. Thanks for sharing your knowledge of cooking with us.
I'm glad you like it.
You and your husband travel, do some state contests, you do some cook-offs every now and then. We appreciate you coming and sharing.
Yeah.
Okay, folks, I guess we're about done for this episode of Meat Revival. We appreciate you tuning in. Be sure subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so you'll know every time we have a new one coming out. Until next time.
Bye.
Thanks for checking us out today on Meat Revival. If you like what you saw, be sure to hit the subscribe button and ring the bell so you can get all the latest updates. If you have any questions or comments, be sure to leave them below. We'll see you next time.